guys, the answer is yes. You guys know Jim Carrey, right? I mean, most people don't know Jim Carrey personally. He's kind of a legendary multimillionaire comedian, but you know about him, right? He once said, "I wish everybody could get rich and famous just to realize it's not what they thought it's like. That they could have everything they ever wanted, only to realize that it's not the answer." And I feel that. The more I learn about successful people, the more I only want to be one to realize that it's not what I think it is. But I also want to learn about happiness and abundance and all these aspects of just inner peace and wellness and stillness, because I know that Robin Williams didn't, and he hung himself in his own home. I know that the founder of Victoria's Secret didn't, and he jumped off the Golden Gate Bridge. These things are a
big fucking deal.
There's achievement, but there's also fulfillment and gratitude. And I think those two need to be together if you really want to live like an extraordinary life. I mean, that's what I've heard, and I don't know about you, but I definitely want to live kind of an extraordinary life. So I'm betting on that. I wanted to get that out of the way first. But also, when you look at people with like disabilities and stuff, people of different creeds, sex, color, religion, and pretty much anyone who stands out from the beginning as some sort of outcast because of what they just start out as, discriminated for any supposed difference. These people, everyone from Eminem to Tiger Woods to Stephen Hawking to, with age, Danielle Bregoli, it's safe to say I think anyone can be famous. I think that makes sense. I think it just takes determination. Same thing with being rich. I don't think a shortage of success exists in this world. Maybe I'm just naive, but I'm under the impression that if you think the universe is meant to work through only some sort of fairness or justice, why not just let karma do that part, bruh? If you feel like you do that yourself, I have held back these words long enough. You may be a fucking idiot. You may probably live your entire life being stepped on by other people, according to yourself, trying to make sense of it all. Life is not based on fairness. It's based on natural fundamental laws that none of us can control. But I feel like the people who get ahead in life, the people who use these laws as leverage, whether they know it or not, whether they're doing it for the better good of humanity or not, are the ones always being envied by the supposed less fortunate. It's fucking pathetic to me. It really is. It's so pathetic that someone thinks they're entitled just because they work hard to feed their kids or some shit. Like, that's very fair, yes. Why would someone not want to feed their kids? It makes a lot of sense. The intentions are real, but that only makes sense in theory, because beyond theory, that's such a poverty mindset, is it not? And people coming from poverty themselves have gotten out of it, starting with themselves, even with kids. So you have no excuse. Like, dude, that's so industrial age. Come on, bro.
You gotta get with the program. You gotta get on the schedule.
I am under the impression, at least, that that's not how shit works. I don't know if it ever was. I'm just a 21-year-old kid. What do I know? But maybe I'm right. Maybe. We can only find out in the end, if anything. I think all someone needs to do is understand those laws and use them to their advantage. I feel like you don't even need to understand them, actually. You just need to pay attention and be like, the fuck? Be curious, be inquisitive. Some of the dumbest people are famous. Some of the richest people are supposedly uneducated. Henry Ford went to court for his supposed ignorance of all things with the Chicago Tribune. They wrote that he's an anarchist, he's ignorant and incapable of thought. He was like, "This is fucking bullshit, and I'm gonna sue them for $1 million." The lawyer was asking him all these questions and he answered them with what seemed like an ignorant demeanor. However, after one of them, which was rudely framed, I suppose, he was like, "I will have you know that at my desk, I have a row of electric push buttons, and when I press one of these buttons, an entire line of men will walk into my office with specialized knowledge in every area that is required for the correct answers to these questions, and everything else. Now may you kindly tell me what filling my head with these useless general tidbits of factual information has to do with the building of my company and my contribution to the auto industry?" The lawyer was floored. He was like, I don't know. Ford had a mastermind of people who knew shit that he didn't, and he relied on their knowledge to cover bases that his didn't. That's something famous and rich people probably do. I mean, we now live in a digital age. People are willing to do anything. They will embarrass themselves, embarrass others, and even risk their own lives. They will lie, cheat, steal, and all sorts of shit just to have a chance at fame. In a world where attention of others, the time of other people, is the asset, and where internet is becoming the new reality. A world where a top Billboard rapper has rainbow hair and tattoos on his face. A world where the fifth richest person founding, owning, and managing the fifth richest company is 34 years old. A world where the most popular individual user of Musical.ly, also known as a muser, is what, 16 years old? And she has more than her age in millions of followers. It's like 22.5 or something like that. That's 10% of the entire platform. And she's 16. Maybe she's 18 at the recording of this video, but for a while she was, like 12 months or so. She was 16. Just fucking lip syncing songs and interacting with fans consistently. There are more and more platforms like this coming out every year. And it's like you need to take risks, like being reckless about the shock value of your appearance. You need to take risks and take things one success at a time and focus on the results you have so you can get more. Like growing a platform on your own to the point where you just gotta fucking leave college and start really scaling it up. Almost as if you need to be an early adopter. If you're young, especially, I mean, bro, I'm not famous. Like I said earlier in the video, what do I know? I really hope you guys watch these videos and think, maybe this kid's telling the truth. I don't know. Just because I say anything with confidence or conviction or anything like that, maybe I'll watch all these videos in a year and be like, dude, this is bullshit. It's not right at all. It's entirely wrong. But a platform like Musical.ly, Anchor, I use Anchor, link to which can be found in the bottom of the description. I have my own podcast, it's called Learnings, or Peach, which is a new one. I haven't looked into that much, but the more you do with one thing, the better. However, I think it's important to keep your inner self on check, or else you may run into a lot of confusion and inner turmoil. It's a really scary road down there from what I've heard and read about, or it could be. And I'm looking forward to meeting you somewhere down that road, but hopefully it's in the better parts. I wish you and myself the best of luck. But what do you guys think? Can anyone be famous? You guys have anything else you want me to talk about in future videos? Let me know in the comments below, and I'll give you a shout out if and when I use them. If you have any questions, please feel free to hit me up. There are links at the bottom of the description to all my social media. Also at the bottom of the description, there's a link to my music production kits where you can find all the equipment and software that I use to make music. If you buy any, I get commission, which helps me build this channel and keep making these videos for you guys. I made all the beats in this video. If you want to use them, you can find them at samuel.world. Make sure to leave a like if you like it, subscribe if you haven't already. If you could turn on that little bell to receive a notification every time I drop a new video, that would mean the world to me. Thank you guys so much for watching. You can find me everywhere, and I will see you then.